let's go in. These are actually Balinese guys. They came from a temple in Singaraja that got torn down, so the red stones particular to that area. Love these guys. Kind of protectors. It's kind of wonderful to come home and have a bit of a walk to get to the house, especially when you go through gates and gardens, and it gives you time to kind of arrive. With all of this, you can see the Japanese influence, the stone, the shape of the roof, that there are gates, and nothing is revealed at once. So you come to a spot and then you can see something, but then you have to go to another spot to see the next scene. So instead of a Buddha, we get a Sumba ancestor. This guy's super rare. He was designed to give offerings in Sumba Island. Powerful guy. In fact, I've had staff that said, 2 or 3 staff over the years that said, this guy moves at night. So around another surprise, another beautiful garden. So these guys are all a group of, part of a group of 20, 60, 80, 100-year-old stone carvings from Flores Island. They're ancestor pieces, but they would live near the longhouse, the main meeting house for the tribe. These are both Balinese temple statues. Again, they become available when a temple is torn down and rebuilt. So this is home. Welcome to Villa Shanti. I'm David Allen Bardwick, in case you don't know me. Since I was in high school, I wanted to build a house. I wanted to design and build a house. So finally, 12 years ago, I took the opportunity for getting some land here in Ubud and designing this. So it's a real reflection of David Allen collection. The house was my design. Every piece of wood, every bit of the decorations are all David Allen collection pieces. Well, let's take a tour. This piece is a very old special piece from Sumba Island, Indonesia. It's a threshold. So you'd walk up to the house, you'd step up into here, and then step over the threshold. The raised part that you step over is there to keep evil spirits out of the house. Here, kitchen. I designed it small because I didn't intend to cook. It's big enough to do whatever you want. This is really the reason that I started here. I was staying next door with an old friend. She was my manager of the business in Bali for some years. And one day I looked over her wall and said, if that property is ever available, I want it. This is the most perfect Bali scene I could think of. She said, it's not going to happen. Nobody gives up land on these rice fields. 3 months later, she wrote me an email, said it's available. So I said, get it. So every evening after work, after I've completed a lot of email, I might still stay out here but I watch the egrets fly home. There's a village across the river where there may be 500 or 1,000 egrets live. So they just fly back in flocks every evening. So this is sanctuary. So this pair of statues, once part of the entry gate probably for a cattle pen. So the rails would go through these holes to hold the cattle in. The horses, a symbol that's always used in Sumba, it's their prized animal. That guy's from the Lesser Sunda Islands. He may be Timor Island. I'm not sure because the motifs mix, but that's my best guess. The bench is part of a bed from Java. It's old teak. All of these pieces are also from Lesser Sunda Islands. Anywhere you look in the house, you're going to see panels, art everywhere. We probably haven't even talked about 90% of the art in the living room. So these panels up here are from Java. Probably part of a bed. If you look up, the ceiling is merbau. It's the same wood that I used for all the new woodworking in the house. So the door frames, the doors, the windows, all of the beams in the ceilings, all merbau wood. It's a beautiful dark red wood that insects won't eat. So that's really critical here. The floor is also merbau. The table, deck made. It's rosewood. It's been here for probably 10 years. I love working with rosewood. It's just such a gorgeous wood. It's rare, fairly rare. The natural edge on the outside, so you get the sapwood and then the dark wood. This is old Java table, over 100 years old. It's teak. This is what people were making and living with 100 years ago. The rest of the furniture here we had made for this space. Anywhere I can put animals, I mean, there's this guy right here. The folk art is a great love of mine. And then, of course, orchids. The first day when I arrive here, I'm always buying orchids. It actually took us 6 months to find tile that color for the pool. You get something in your mind and it has to be that way. So in the corner down there is a temple. That's the main temple in the northeast corner of the property. That always has to be there. That one, the temple with the gold, is for water. You always have to have a temple for water. So here's a swimming pool, you have to have a temple. The light fixtures I designed for this, kind of a takeoff of 1920s craftsman. Let's go in. So the main living room we walked into is the real public one. This one is more of a private living room for the master. Everything in here, almost every single piece in here is Java teak from anywhere from 1900 to 1935. So those big panels, doors, all came out of a house in Java. 1930s cabinet, probably turn of the century teak table. The chairs are more like 1930s. I love this room. It's just the right proportion. When it gets really hot, I have an air-conditioned, comfortable space to be in, because I don't air condition anything else but the bedrooms. The boom of the boat would rest in here. So typically, anything that can be carved and made beautiful, the Indonesians do. This is the master. This cabinet was made for the Dutch. It's teak. It's probably made in the 1920s, 1930s. A great deal of great craftsmanship was done for the Dutch as they were settling into and taking over Java. Java, which now has like 120 million people, they totally controlled. Bali, they tried, and the Balinese wouldn't have it. And the Dutch failed to conquer Bali. Master bath. So a lot of Javanese things. These are boulders that came out of riverbeds or whatever, hand carved, polished. Thought it would be nice to have our own spa, so this has been a treat. When I came to Bali and stayed with a friend, she had an outdoor shower like this, and I said, that's what I want to live with. So this was the only thing that I really had to have in the house, was an outdoor shower. Over the years, I've been able to get the greenery thick enough that we don't even need to use curtains or anything. It's totally private, totally green. I'm always amazed at the craftsmanship of making a ceiling like this. I don't know how they do it to bring all those pieces together and have it be so perfect and so beautiful. You know, each room in this house, ceilings are like this, and I can just lie in bed and just marvel at the craftsmanship, which is the thing that brought me to Bali in the first place. The floor is slate, especially this part, just brilliantly done. And people take their time and do it right. So anywhere in the house where I could find and use old Javanese doors, you know, the mix of clean and new and old Javanese teak is something I really love. So these doors, the front door, the doors in the master bedroom, they're all old Java, so I hunt for those things. Again, I wanted as many outdoor bathrooms as possible. So the green is critical. Old cabinets. This is probably turn of the century. Single plank for the doors. It's a beautiful old country piece. Just some villager made it. Didn't know how to carve, no training. That's what I like. It's like front porch art. There's no bedroom upstairs. We have a place for a bedroom, but no bedroom. So I said, all bamboo, 100% bamboo. So we built a room. So one of my dreams for a house was to have cantilevered steps. No support, they just supported into the wall. So I thought, what material? Natural material, ironwood. So the steps themselves came from tearing down old ironwood factories in Borneo. So they're all reclaimed. Up here, whole different perspective on the rice fields. And the rice field back there, they were just planting an hour ago. The one below us, a week ago. All the beams, all the doors, everything, the flooring, everything but the furniture is bamboo. They've created a way to treat bamboo so it's bug resistant. Have not had any problem at all. Along the way, the property next door became available. I didn't really want to buy it, but I understood there was a hotel that was going to use that property for a parking lot, and it's above this villa, and I can't have it. So we bought that land. Once you spend the money on land here, you got to do something with it. So we built this gazebo to go with that house. So there's a pathway that leads down from the other villa down, so that villa can have seating on the rice field. It's really critical to me that you can be on the rice field. So there's just two bedrooms down here, 2 baths. Because I do rent the house when I'm not here, things are made to be flexible, so this bed can be twins or together, accommodate more people or the way people want it. The furniture in here is mostly new, made for here, though the headboard's a Javanese fence, beautiful old village cabinet, teak, beautiful, yeah. Walk-in closet. This window I had, it's made in an oven. So it's quite a process to get something like this done. These 2 bathrooms are mainly terrazzo. To form and finish terrazzo is an art. So this is all beautifully done. The tub is also terrazzo. Should have a Japanese tub. This level has a totally different feel. You're right on the rice field. I love these bedrooms. They're big, comfy. Bathrooms are matching, so it's really the art